Bonjour!
Hey.
I'm Britney.
I'm Brad.
And we are Audio Shelf.
Before we start, make sure to click that red button down below to subscribe.
And also, hit that little bell so you can stay up to date whenever we release a new episode. I am mad.
Why?
At you.
What?
Because you did not like this book this week.
I gave it a 3 out of 5.
Ugh.
It was like mediocre to me.
Ugh. So today we are doing Never Have I Ever by Joshilyn Jackson. We reviewed the audiobook, which is also narrated by Joshilyn Jackson.
Ugh.
And it's 12 hours and 56 minutes.
That's a long time.
It is a long time.
It was only 352 pages.
That's crazy.
Yes.
Okay, our story takes place in a tiny little neighborhood with Amy Way and her little family that she has built together with her husband Davis, and she has friends named Charlotte, and they have a book club.
I love the book club idea.
A very popular book club in this neighborhood.
Yeah, all the moms and all the women in the neighborhood get together to read these books, and they actually read them.
Yeah, they actually read them and they have discussions. So the book starts at one of these monthly book clubs, and we have a new guest.
A newcomer.
Named Roux.
Angelica Roux.
Yes, and she brings some sex appeal to the book club and totally takes them off track with discussing the book.
Completely.
Like, they did not discuss the book at all. Charlotte is like type A, like, I want to discuss this book. And Amy's just like, all right, what's happening?
Yeah, what is going on?
So Roux starts playing this game with all of the women, uncovering their deep secrets. She starts talking to Amy and like lets on that she knows more about Amy's life than what Amy is letting on to.
Yeah.
So she's thinking that she is stalking her or blackmailing her and has followed her or watched this horrific accident that happened in the past of Amy's life where someone died. She thinks that she has information on it and is going to blackmail her. And so that's pretty much like, that is a very, like, rough.
That's very rough. And it's essentially a cat and mouse game between Amy and Roux.
Yeah.
Who can outsmart the other?
Yes.
And what I really did enjoy about the book is that it really does get to the point of the story fast.
It does.
Like, Roux comes in saying, let's play this game, Never Have I Ever. However, it's not, they don't really play Never Have I Ever, which bothers me. It's a game that's compared to Never Have I Ever. But the title of the book is Never Have I Ever. But whatever. Anyway. Nitpick. And so Roux says, listen, Amy, if that's your real name. And then shit goes crazy.
It does go crazy. It goes very crazy. So Roux also has a 15-year-old son, 16-year-old son, you gather, named Luca. And he strikes up a friendship with Amy's stepdaughter named Maddie. And so they kind of have little bonding moments. And Roux gets like a little weird about it. Roux's just weird in general.
She's very weird woman.
Amy reminds me of like Aurora Teagarden type of thing.
I honestly, I'm actually reading Real Murders right now, which is the first Aurora Teagarden series or book series. And I got that image as well.
Yes.
So it's kind of crazy that you said that.
Yes. She's like creeping around. She's solving like some mysteries.
But she's so bad at it.
She's horrible
She's
at
always
it.
one step behind Roux.
Yes. But then sometimes she's not. Sometimes she's one step ahead of Roux. And so that's why it's a cat and mouse game. Because sometimes Roux is the cat and Amy's the mouse. But then sometimes Amy is the cat and Roux is the mouse.
Yes.
So I loved it. And the interesting thing is that Joshilyn narrated her own book, which we both sometimes don't like. I loved it.
I will tell you, I didn't know it was her. So
right, exactly.
I did not know it was her.
Exactly.
So I will give her credit. Like,
yes.
It was a very well narrated novel.
Yes. She did a deeper voice for the one character, Tig, who is Amy's friend from before. Tig. Right? She does a little southern accent for Charlotte. She does this sultry, I don't know what it was for Roux.
For Roux. It was sexy.
It was like really sexy. But I also had like, so the image that I got for Roux, I know everyone was like, oh my God, she's so hot. She's so hot. The image I had was Cynthia from the Rugrats. Like, I couldn't get it out of my mind.
Because Angelica.
Yes.
Because Angelica.
Yes. So I just thought that she was the, like, crazy, ratty hair little doll.
Okay, so very, very interesting that you said that, because I was thinking of Roux as the character that plays Lilith in the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, is this woman hot? Because Lilith is really attractive.
Yes.
But she's not like sexy.
Whoa.
Enticing. She's alluring to look at.
Yeah.
But she's not sexy.
No. Yeah.
And that's what I thought Roux was.
Okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I could see that. So both of us were like, you're not hot, girl.
You're not hot, girl. Get it together.
Nobody's going to fall for this.
Get it together.
But I really loved the main character, Amy. I enjoyed following around with her. I thought she had just enough secrets that the neighbors didn't know about, but we did know.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we were able to be privy to certain information that she wasn't sharing.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually enjoyed that. I also loved, and this is something I actually listened to the author talk after the book.
Yes.
Scuba diving.
Scuba diving.
So Amy has her, I guess, like, instead of going to therapy and stuff like that, she does scuba-ing. And that's something that she found, that she loves, that will release stress for her, that lets her deal with her emotions and clear her mind, is going scuba diving.
Yeah, it's a healthy coping skill.
Yeah, so she scuba dives, she instructs kids on how to scuba dive, teaches them how to swim and everything, and she takes people out on tours. And the descriptions of it were so natural and well done. I didn't even think twice that Joshilyn had to do research on this. Like, she just sounded like she had such a natural ability to tackle this topic. And so that was one of my favorite parts, is that everything felt real and genuine.
And I agree with that. For me, it felt like it dragged on. And so I was like, all right, we're underwater. All right, we're driving to go see Tig. Like,
I will say that we go on a scuba trip, like, what do you think? Halfway, 3/4 of the way through the book?
Yeah.
We go on a scuba trip, and I lost focus.
Yeah, because that's when Roux goes missing in the water.
Yeah.
And it's like this, 10-minute description of missing Roux in the water.
Yeah, and searching. So I kind of, blacked out at one point, and then, came to and was like, oh, we're still searching for her?
Exactly.
I was ready for her to be swamp monster creeping out, wanting to kill people.
Yeah.
That's what I was expecting. What my expectations were not there for that scene, because that wasn't what happened at all.
Yeah. And I think one of the other aspects that I do love about this book is that you do focus on a lot of other women.
Yes.
And you don't focus on them for too long, which is great. Like, for instance, you find out Roux is blackmailing the other women in the neighborhood.
Oh my God, so good.
Blackmails Panda, blackmails Charlotte, blackmailing everybody. Tate.
Yes.
So, and you find all these women and you find their stories so interesting and you're kind of like, man, I want to hear more about that.
It's amazingly beautiful how we did The Wives. We just reviewed that one last week. And then we come to this one where it is women supporting women, except for Roux. But even Roux gets support certain times because Amy is such a good character.
And Amy is also, she's always like, actually, I could see myself as friends with Roux.
Yes. It's so funny how her blackmailer, she's like, I could get a relationship with because I really like her a lot. We could have a real friendship. Because Amy is smart and Roux sees her as smart. Yep. She knows that Amy is figuring her out and unraveling her, and it's shaken Roux to her core.
Yeah.
Because she's good at what she does.
And Roux also taught Amy a lot of things about her own self.
Yes.
Which I really appreciate in the character development of Amy.
Yeah.
So again, I didn't hate this book. It was very mediocre for me. And I liked parts of it, but I didn't like the whole thing as a full.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I want to know, because I've been talking about it the whole time, and you've been like, yes, I agree. So I want to know what you don't agree with.
Yeah. Well, I thought that the ending was shocking, but I think that it was for shock value. Because I was like, oh, wow, okay, that's where we're going with this. And I wanted there to be more manipulation at the end than it just being what happened. And I'm not giving away any spoilers, but for me, I was just like, wasn't thinking that. And I don't like that in a book sometimes. Is it just the ending and the twist just kind of get thrown at you?
Yeah.
and you were not thinking that.
Yeah. So for this book, I would, if you are going to read this, dear watcher of our channel, I would not read any Goodread reviews. Like, stay away from Amazon reviews because they're all going to mention the same thing, which is actually a big twist.
Yes.
It's something that I got spoiled for me.
Really?
Because I was looking at the Goodreads just really quickly. But the first review up there was what the big twist is.
Okay,
and so,
that's rude. Don't put spoilers. You know, on Goodreads, there is a little button that you press that says, does it contain spoilers?
Yeah.
Sorry. I get really emotional about that.
About spoilers. Yeah. Because we try to remain spoiler free unless we will let you know if we're going to spoil something. We're not spoiling anything in this one.
Exactly.
I'm telling you, don't go to those places if you want to be shocked. Because it would have been a huge shock value for me. Because the one twist, there's a few different twists in this book.
There are a few.
The one twist that comes at the halfway mark, it's prior to the scuba diving and stuff like that. That twist where we figure out that Amy's is mixing with her.
Yeah, girl.
I gasped.
But that's another thing and I gasped, but I was just like, is that reality? Can that really happen?
I didn't care.
Because Amy had no idea. She even says, like, I had no idea it was happening, but then it happened, and then it happened.
Like, it was like serendipitous.
It was
almost,
very
like some
serendipitous.
Of these things happen. Which I'm just like, would these things actually happen? I don't know. Would John Cusack and Kate Beckinsale meet in a cafe in New York City many different years apart? I don't know, but I believe it.
Yeah, I can
fall for it.
Maybe that is why I didn't really love this book. Because I was expecting thriller. And what I got was serendipity.
Yeah.
A serendipitous suspense.
It was. So, like, I feel like there should be a new genre that, I know there's crime fiction. I know there's true crime fiction. I feel like there should be, like, neighborhood crime.
I thought this was women's fiction when I was reading it.
Yeah, I would agree. Because it has the support system, there's a lot of women in it. You don't really hear from Amy's husband too much. He's
Davis.
a nice guy.
Nice guy.
He's great.
She doesn't want to cheat on him.
No, he doesn't. She doesn't want to cheat on him. She doesn't cheat on him. It's fine. That's not a twist. That's not a spoiler. It's just a nice character development because I would have expected her to totally cheat.
Because Tig is hot.
He really is. He is like...
He's been to prison.
But I would have expected it.
Yeah.
From any other book, from any other author, I feel like they would have written a cheat scene.
That is true. That is very true.
And I'm really, really glad that Joshilyn didn't go that route.
That is very, very true.
Things I would agree with you on is that I feel like it was a little long. I feel like it was a little drawn out.
Yeah.
And that's about it.
Well, another thing is that it was 12 hours and 56 minutes, almost 13 hours, and it was only a 352-page book.
Yeah.
And so I was like, what is going on? And I did speed it up to 2 speed, and I heard everything perfectly.
Yeah.
So she definitely narrated on a slower pace.
Joshilyn, I cannot emphasize enough how great of a narrator she is.
She was good. I didn't even know it was her.
She was amazing.
I was confused because at the end she was like, this is Joshilyn Jackson.
Yeah.
And I was like,
narrated
this?
By Joshilyn Jackson.
I was like, is this narrator reading for Joshilyn Jackson?
Yeah. No, because I remember when we got it, we were going through the list and we were like, okay, what books do we want? And we picked out this one, and then you were like, oh, that's the one that's narrated by the author. But I completely forgot about it.
I must have forgot about that too.
Yeah, because it was easy to overlook because it doesn't happen a lot. So when it does, we're just kind of like, oh, okay, we'll see how it goes.
The cover though was beautiful.
The cover's great.
It's so pretty.
It looks like a little dollhouse, a little doll neighborhood, like from Beetlejuice, where you can just play with these people, and that's what Roux was doing. She was playing with them the whole time. But she met her match in Amy.
She did. So
that was cool to see the unraveling of this, the intelligence of Amy after being so cast aside most of her life, especially after a major incident, and just seeing her grow and flourish and become the woman that we know her as in the end.
Exactly. And this audiobook was great to listen to at the gym.
Yes.
I was on that elliptical, bouncing.
It's a book that I can always, for me, I judge a book by if I can listen to it in the car and then I want to listen to it in home.
Yes.
Because usually I just keep the books in the car, but if I take it in and I take time to put my headphones in when I'm sitting at my desk and not watching Murder, She Wrote, it's a good book.
Yes.
So Joshilyn, Good book.
Good job. Good job.
Mm-hmm.
I
good
probably
job.
would I would shove it.
Hey, get out of here.
I would shove it.
Can you leave?
Sorry.
It's your house, but leave.
And you would shelf it.
I would shelf it 100%. Yeah. I really enjoyed this book. And anyone who didn't, I mean, that's your opinion. You're entitled to it. Mm-hmm. But I enjoyed it a lot.
Yes. So before we end, make sure to click that red button to subscribe if you want more videos like this.
Yeah. And also hit that little bell so you can stay up to date whenever we release a new episode. Mm-hmm. And please follow along with us on our various social medias. We are on Twitter at AudioshelfMe, Instagram at AudioshelfMe, and Facebook at AudioShelf. And if you listened or read Never Have I Ever, please leave us a comment down below. Let us know what you thought, if you loved it or if you didn't love it. Let us know your thoughts. We are very interested.
So until next time, bye.